And okay, I just want to make sure we good. What's up, everybody? Again, welcome back to another 7 nights of. I forgot the title of my own thing. 7 Nights of Terror, 7 Nights of Horror. One of them. Y'all know what I'm here for. Y'all know what I'm doing. James Jarfield here. Welcome to the VIP room. Of course, it doesn't look VIP-ish. I said that for the second time, third time today, but it's all good and gravy because we still gonna talk about some movies either way it goes. Yes. Yes, indeed. So let's keep at it. Let's keep going. Let's talk about. Let me get the volume up a little bit right here. So let's keep it going. So hope you all are doing well out there in this whole little pandemic crazy world. Today was a good day, as Ice Cube said. Don't hate on Ice Cube. I know. Don't go that route. Don't hate on Ice Cube. You're trying to do something the right way, but it is what it is. Let's keep moving forward. We're going to talk about some scary films that I've watched as a teenager. Some of these films I have to go back and watch. Some of these films, well, one of the films really wasn't when I was a teenager. I was, still in my early 20s, mid 20s when this movie came out. Still enjoyable. Sorry, trying to get my little notes here together as we get this together. Okay, let's go over the very first film that we're gonna, or let's say, go ahead and say series. Start off this video, Scream. This movie, the very first one, of course, they had other series, and I'll talk about it as we go throughout the video. Scream 1 came out in 1996. It's a mystery horror. Let's see, the very first Scream had a 7.2 out of 10 on IMDb. What? I thought we got a high rating than that. 78% on Rotten Tomatoes, 65% on Metacritic. Hmm. Okay. 85% Google users love this movie. Wes Craven reinvented and revitalized the slasher horror genre with this modern horror classic, which manages to be funny, clever, and scary as a fright mass knife maniac stalks high school students in middle class suburbia. Craven is happy to provide both tension and self parody as the body count mounts, but the victims aren't always the ones you'd expect. This came out, let me see, December 20th, 1996. Wow. Director, of course, is Wes Craven. Screenplay, Kevin Williamson. Box office, 173 million. Producer, Stuart M. Besser. Kerry Woods. Kathy Conrad. Let's look at the cast for this. We already, man. So, heroine, Nev Campbell. Courtney Cox. David Arquette. Matthew Lillard was in this. Drew Barrymore. Jamie Kennedy was in this. Skeet Ulrich. And what's her? I'm trying to find. Let me see. Hold on. I just have to pay homage to this cast because it was just Rose McGowan, Roger L. Jackson did the infamous voice as Ghostface. Liv Schreiber was in this movie as well. Lawrence Heck, W. Earl Brown, and I also like to mention. Wait, where is he? Sorry, how come they don't have his name on there? They should have him on there. Pretty much the Fonz is on this movie as well. Was in this movie. So I just want to. I don't know why I can't think of his name right now. It'll come up later. I think it was Henry. I think it's Henry Winkler, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, so when I got older, I started not being scared of scary films like I used to, and I think Scream was the very first film I gave a chance because I just wasn't into scary movies like that. And I found myself rooting for Sydney when I was a kid because usually when you finally see the hero fight back, you're rooting for, like, yes, yeah, I want you to survive. Come on, let's go. The first time I saw this Scream, the very first one kept me on edge because like it was a mystery, and you could try to find out who was the killer and all that. There we go. I get some water real quick. I'm about to talk a lot. So yeah, so like I said, it kept me on edge, and also kept me in suspense, trying to find out who was the killer, who's doing what out of this group. When you go back and watch it, it's kind of like it feels kind of obvious. Like it just feels obvious to me that it was. I don't know if you haven't seen the movie. I'm gonna just go ahead and spoil it for you right now. That Billy, the boyfriend, was it because and when I went back and watched it, when they arrested Billy and during the scene during that scene when Ghostface tried to first kill Sydney and they put him in the back of the police car, you see him like duck his head a little bit, and it looked like he was smiling a bit. I don't know if y'all caught that. I've seen the movie over thousands of times. It looked like he was smiling a bit, and that kind of was like a dead giveaway. Or I don't know. Maybe y'all should maybe go watch the film. You'll kind of see what I'm talking about. As far as Matthew Lillard character Stu, his character was just flat out fun. I enjoy Stu character as much as I enjoy Billy. Those two were just straight up psychopaths that just watched too many films. And that last scene of both of them when they revealed themselves, you still felt that tension because it's two guys with a knife that are crazy as hell going up against Sydney, and she's all alone, and everybody you think everybody is like pretty much out of there. Nobody's there to help her, and that's what kept that tension going. And they do a good job throughout all the other series, all the other screams. I still think Scream One is the best. Scream Two was they took it up another notch, like I said, the body count, and it was very good, very well done. Scream Three, to be honest, I felt like they probably could have stopped at Scream Two. Scream Three was I can help but laugh at Scream Three. I mean, I laughed at some of them in some of the other screams, but Scream Three, some of them things I was dying laughing. Like that one scene with homeboy, that black dude, I forgot his name, but when he Ghostface stabbed, he was trying to run down the stage like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, like I was done. I couldn't help but laugh. So and then of course the character, I'm like, man, why? But anyways, they go to Scream Four, and when I was like, for me, I think Scream Four was actually pretty good. It's just the two killers on there. They're like y'all y'all killing these people left and right. I'm like the kills are brutal in there. I'm not gonna lie, but still, you look at them like y'all two are the kill. Okay, whatever. Don't know how many people hate Sidney Prescott, but it is what it is. I know they're doing another Scream Five and Scream Six. They want to film back to back. Hey, I've seen all of them, but might as well finish watching this one. So, Scream series, yeah, I'm all for it. That was that'll be a good watch. Let's move on. So, Urban Legend. Now, this one I have to go back and watch this film. Let me see. Urban Legend. I want to give you guys a little synopsis real quick. The 1998 film of Urban Legend. So it got a 5.6 out of 10 on IMDb, 21% Rotten Tomatoes, 35% Metacritic. 88% like this movie on Google users. A university is beset by a rash of gruesome murders that resemble old urban legends when her friend Michelle, played by Natasha Gregson Wagner, is killed by someone hiding in her car. Natalie, Alicia Witt, begins to notice the pattern. Her suspicions grow stronger when her own roommate is strangled to death. Soon, the quiet college campus is transformed into hunting grounds for a maniac, and Natalie struggles to find the killer and stop the bloodshed before she becomes the next victim. Release date was September 25th, 1998. Director Jamie Blanks, film series Urban Legend, screenplay Sylvia Horta, box office draw 72.5 million. The cast, let's go to Rebecca Gayheart, Alicia Witt, Jared Leto was in this. What? Tara Reid, Joshua Jackson, Loretta Devine. She was in there. I forgot about that too. Robert England, Freddy Krueger. Um, and then you got the list that goes on. Forgot Michael Rosenbaum was in this as well. Daniel Harris, Natasha Gregson, John Neville, Julian Richings. We starting to get into the other urban legend, not the other one. Let me see. So, pretty much, I only watched Urban Legend once when I was a kid. I didn't pay too much attention to it, but it actually was a pretty good, solid film. Going back and watching it, I wasn't really scared of the killer. I don't know why. Well, me watching as I'm older, yeah, I wouldn't. I'm not scared of them. Wasn't scared of them when I was a kid. I don't know what it was. It just I don't know. Urban Legend just didn't grasp me like that, or my attention like that when I was younger. But going back and watching it, it's still a great and solid film and great solid film to watch. Not gonna spend too much time on that one because of that. I know there was another one I think came out called The Final Cut. I'm not sure if any other Urban Legend films came out. Forgive me, but I only remember those two for the this movie franchise. So, but still a good watch, still good. Feel your if it gives you your teen horror fix right there. So let's move on to the next one, and let me see. I'm pretty sure you guys know where I'm about to go with this one. For all you horror fans out there, type in my nose. Mm, okay. Still know what you did last summer. Let me see. This one got okay. This is the. I still know what you did. I still know what you did last summer is the second one. I know what you did last summer is the very first one. So let's go ahead and say pretty much it got a 5.7 out of 10 on IMDb, 43% Rotten Tomatoes, 52 Metacritic. A year after running over a fisherman and dumping his body in the water. Sorry, okay, that's messed up. Four friends reconvene when Julie, Jennifer Love Hewitt, receives a frightening letter telling her that their crime was seamed while pursuing who he who he thinks is responsible for the letter. Barry, Ryan Philippe, is run over by a man with a meat hook. The bloodletting only increased from there as the killer with the hook continues to stalk Julie, Helen, Sarah Michelle Gellar, and Ray Freddie Prinze Jr. This movie came out October 17, 1997. Film series where I know what you did summer. So you got this cast right here is like just screaming of like you know of our teenage childhood. It's like you're getting older adults to play these teenagers, and they played it well. Man, they went on to star in great films and some not so great films, and some. I think Ryan Phillippe was a very good actor, by the way, as well as Jennifer Love Hewitt and Sarah Michelle Gellar. And then, of course, you got Freddie Prinze Jr. Um, Johnny Galecki was in it. I forgot about that. Bridget Wilson was in it, and Hedge. Yeah, so it was still a pretty good, solid film. Uh, this was never. I don't know why. It still was never one of my favorites. I was so like I said, I was always hooked on Scream, but going back and watching it, it had some brutal kills on it. In the very first one and the second one, of course, I think Sarah Michelle Gellar actually knocked it out of the park. Like she was hot during that. Like she's still doing good now, but like, and of course Jennifer Love Hewitt, she's on 911, I believe, still on Fox. Very good show, by the way. But yeah, Sarah Michelle Gellar, she was it. And like she became Buffy the Vampire Slayer after this and all that. So yeah, she was that it girl back in that time. Freddie Prinze Jr. He was doing really good. All of these people was doing really good. They're still doing solid now. Don't know what they're doing now. What's up? Well, like I said, I know Jennifer Love Hewitt. She's on 911. Sarah Michelle Gellar. She pops up every now and then. She was on that TV show with Robin Williams some odd years ago. R.I.P. Robin Williams. I think Freddie Prinze Jr. was a writer for WWE, I believe. Last time I checked, Ryan Philippe, he comes up every now and then, doing something. But yeah, it's still a good, solid watch. Get you, like I said, get your little teen horror fix on right there. There still are more teen horror films, but these are the ones that kind of resonated and stuck with me. But we'll get to some other ones soon, sooner or later. Probably tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. I'll probably say for next Halloween special. So let's go on to the next one. And this one right here. Let me see if I can get to it. If I get to my little notes right here. So the very first one, Jeepers Creepers. Ooh, just the name. I don't know. Just Creepers like Jeepers. Like no no. So this movie came out in 2001. I didn't realize that. Okay. So they got a 6.2 out of 10 on IMDb, 46% Rotten Tomatoes, 3.8 out of 5 on Facebook. Okay. 88% like this movie on Google users. After making a horrific discovery in the basement of an old abandoned church, Trish, Gina Phillips, and her brother, Derry, Justin Long, watched their routine road trip from college turn into a heart-stopping race for their lives. They find themselves the chosen prey of an indestructible force that relentlessly pursues them and gives a new and chilling meaning to the old song Jeepers Creepers. Came out on August 31st, 2001. Director Victor Salva. Screenplay Victor Salva. Feature song Jeepers Creepers. Film location was Florida. Wikipedia, of course. So, um, a guy by the name of Jonathan Breck was played as the Creeper. Wow, I did not know that. Gina Phillips was Trish Jenner. Justin Long was on here, who's a very good actor. I like Justin Long. Brandon Smith. Tom Tarantino. It's a lot. Patricia. Let me see. Okay, let's see. Sorry about that. I have to check on something real quick. So yeah, pretty much Jeepers Creepers. So, but I got 59.2 million at the box office. Hmm. Okay. So this was different. This is really different. From all the other horror slasher films. Now you finally got some crazy being that he feasts. I'm trying to remember everything from. I know he can feast off your fear, and I guess whoever is fears him the most tastes the best. Kind of like um, sorry, I had to get that situated real quick. So pretty much what I was talking about. Oh yeah, so I know he goes based off of the fear, and whoever I guess fears him the most, that's who tastes the best. Kind of like I want different seasoning on my chicken or something. I don't know what I'm talking about, but that's pretty much what he does. That's his whole stick. I'm still trying to figure out who taught him how to make all these weapons and stuff. I don't. I'm like, how? Who taught you how to make the little toothpick thing and then you throw it in the little blade and he got a little axe and everything? It's like he a smart hunter or something like that. And then on top of that, he flies. And that's scary. And then he got little teeth, and then he wink at you. Like that was from I was watching the first one and the second one. I didn't watch the third one because of personal reasons or whatever. But I mean, I saw bits and pieces of it. But it made me laugh. We was picking everybody out on the second one. And he like saw this one dude. He was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, you, yeah, yes, yes, yes." Be like, I'm about to, yeah, boy, I'm about to tear you up, man. But yeah, I enjoyed both films, the first one and the second one. I liked how, oh, that was so brutal. In the very first one, the very first one was brutal when the father saw his son get snatched up by Jeepers Creepers, and the father's like is hell bent on trying to kill this thing. Just to see something that you cannot destroy come up and snatch down and kill. Ooh, man, that's rough. That one was rough. But just seeing that, but it showed, it really did lock in that fear of who and what this thing does. And I mean, it was a great film. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the first one and the second one. If you have not seen Jeepers Creeper, if you forgot about it, go back and watch it. I promise you, you will enjoy it. So let's get to the next one. About to wrap this up in a little bit, and I want to talk about this one a little bit more. So let me get to my notes on this one. If it'll, so of course I wasn't a teenager when this came out. I was in my early 20s, but um, this one is called, and you guys can say what you want to say about it. Give Watch it. Jennifer's Body. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. So this came out in 2009. I know 5.2 out of 10 on IMDb, 45% on Rotten Tomatoes, 47% on Metacritic, 89% like this movie for Google users. When a demon takes possession of her high school hottie Jennifer, played by Megan Fox, turns a hungry eye on guys who never stood a chance with her before. While evil Jennifer satisfies her appetite for human flesh with the school's male population, but, but, population, her nerdy friend Needy, played by Amanda Seyfried, I'm butchering her last name, I always did, learns what's happening and vows to put an end to the carnage. Released September 18, 2009. Director Karen Kusama. Screenplay by Diablo Cody. And box office was 31.6 million. So the cast: Megan Fox, Amanda Seyfried, Adam Brody, um, Johnny Simmons. I think J.K. Simmons was this as well. Was on here as well. So I want to say this. So what happened with this film is that I I've saw other reviewers talk about it over time. This film has gotten better. Like it's become a cult classic because we finally, sat back and gave it a chance. Because what they did is that they went off the popularity of Megan Fox being beautiful and hot, and that's how they promoted it. When the person who created it said she didn't want the people who behind it said they didn't want them to promote it like that. They didn't want Fox to promote it like that. There's a different type of film, and it was before its time. She's a succubus. Read about succubus. You'll see what succubus do. They eat and devour on people, like it says synopsis. So, and that's pretty much what she does. But it hits a little bit home on, I don't want to spoil it for you guys. It hits a little bit home on, how some teenagers can really, hate the way how they look or their body, and um, just want to be that. I don't want to say the popular kid, but pretty much showing they touched on some good points in this movie, and it should be given a chance. And Megan Fox is actually a very great actress. She's actually a solid actress. She's solid. She's solid. I know she's back out of there's some movie that came out recently. I probably give it a chance. It doesn't look like it's all. I'm not gonna say it's not all that great, but I want to watch it just to see what it's about. I think it's something about her saving people, and she's like a lion. I don't know. I don't want to get into that. Anyways, I just want to say about Jennifer's Body is actually a great. It's actually a solid film that over time, if you watch it, you'll be like, okay, this is actually a pretty solid film. It's just all about how they pretty much molded. And I saw a couple of interviews with her when she was talking about this film as well, and you can kind of see how she was just like, why did they do it like this? Um, so give it a chance. That's what I want to say about that movie, and it was actually pretty good. Kills pretty brutal in there too, and it makes sense how she did it, how she would trap people. It just makes sense. So, anyways, of course there are other teenage horror films that we can get to, but I think I want to save it for another time. And that's what we'll do. So, with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in for another night of terror. Uh, I gotta look up and see what this name is for this doggone video. I'm messing up. It's my own video. I'm messing up the name. Shame on me. So, anyways, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You guys be safe out there. If you like what you see, like what you heard, click the button down there with the little bell, ding ding, to get your notification. And like I said, be safe out there. And thank you again. Have a good one.